Okay, David, I want you to listen to my voice more than you pay attention to the page because I'm sure it's kind of hard to see here. So let's say you look up the word name right there. So name actually is the word Shem. Like I have that memorized. That's how I know that fact. And this is in the Strong's Concordance. So 8034 is Shem. So if we were to open up to Shem, one second, I got it bookmarked so I can do that. So I open up here and I glance around and I look for a shin and a mem. So Shem means, it'll say Shem, name. And then I looked up 8036, so it says name, what someone is called. So it actually means, as we can see from this one, character or authority. And I didn't read it in there. I just know that that's what it actually means. So if we actually trace it back, it actually means a character or authority. And so like onoma is the New Testament word for name. And you might be wondering, like, why are you looking in the Strong's Concordance right now? Well, a Strong's Concordance will just help you a little bit as you come to your Theological Dictionary of the New Testament. And this is the index volume. This index volume is what's going to really, really help you because, as you can see, the reason they constructed the Strong's Concordance to this numbering system is because it was easier to use the English, since that's the language we speak, to direct you by numbers to the Hebrew and the Greek, which is in the back, which is the purpose of that numbering system. So it's going to direct you to the Hebrew and the Greek using the numbers. So we looked up Shem, which was like 8036, I believe, and then we looked up in the Hebrew, we looked for the number 8036. So you have all the English right here, which is, this is the ABC, so this would be like A, B, C, D, E. And then right here you go to, this is an index of the little words because they're used so many times. But then you get to the Hebrew here, so whatever number you find over here, you go to the Hebrew and the Greek. And that's the Strong's Concordance. But I'm just saying that because, as you said, this one does seem a little more difficult. But that's why you have the index volume. So in the index volume, what we're going to find is kind of the same basic thing that the Strong's Concordance did, just in a different numbering style. We find the English key words, which is just the English, just as like that has the English keywords there, and then all the small ones in that index right there. And then right here, we have index of English words, page 13, index of Greek keywords, page 61, index of Hebrew and Aramaic words, 85. So the way that that's going to help us is, like, let's say in this one, we wanted to do the same thing we did over here in the Strong's. We can just look right here, and we can go to the English, which is, if I just flip a couple pages, it'll say index of English words. So that's what I'm in, but I went ahead and bookmarked it so it'd be easier for me to explain this to you. So, and we find name. So right there, it's telling you what volume that the word name is going to be in and on what page. So if we see that says 5, 242 through 281. So then I just went over here, just like I did in my Strong's Concordance, and I looked up the word name in the Greek section. Let me find it. So, okay, I flipped into it. It says Greek keywords up here. So I'm out of the English now and into the Greek. Okay, so right there it says index of Greek words. So what I did was I just went to name, which is, we already know is onoma just from looking at the Strong's Concordance up there. And it tells you the same pages, 5 to 82. So under the English heading name, it's going to be talking about name here too. See right here, it says name up here too. So 5, 242 through 281. And then right here in the, so the, we pass the Greek and we get to the Hebrew, and we find that name is on the same pages, which makes sense. Shem is going to be on the 5th volume, pages 252 through 270. And this is the index volume. This is the last volume, volume 10. So all we're going to do is I'll just reach behind me here, and I'll grab volume 5. So I just reached right behind me and I grabbed volume 5 because we know that that's where name is going to be. Onoma is the Greek. But this is going to be explained in Hebrew too, since the Old Testament was written in Hebrew and the New Testament is based off of the Hebrew. Like if the Hebrew were the roots and the Jewish people are the roots, then the New Testament, which was written by Jewish people, or at least that's where Christianity began. So the Greek is going to be carrying a Jewish flavor to it because it's conveying that Yahweh became flesh and incarnate in a human being named Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ is Yahweh incarnate. So if we go to, that's why they say Emmanuel being interpreted as God with us. So if we go to 5, 252 through 270, it's going to be in onoma. You know that because this is the Old Testament word that's equivalent. So I go to page 252 in the 5th volume, like it says. So I'm going to 252. Oh, I'm already in it. Onoma. See, so I don't have to go to 252 now because I want to look for the beginning of my entry. Okay, I passed it. So, right there. And it groups the words together for you that are related. So it says onoma, onomadzo, eponomadzo, and pseudo-pneumos. I wonder if that means a false name, pseudo. Because that's where we get our English word pseudo, like a pseudonym. So that's, yeah, usually the U's are Y, so that probably means pseudonym. Let's look that up real quick. So I'm just going to flip forward, and I'm going to find, okay, so this will give me a chance to give you a lesson too. So onoma is going to be the first entry, onomadzo is going to be the second entry, eponomadzo is going to be the third, and pseudo-pneumos is going to be the fourth. So we're just going to go, we're going to find, see, and at the top it's telling me that it's covering onoma. Did it already do the entry? Let me see. And oh yeah, right under that is going to show you the order of everything. So right here, it gives you what it's going to cover, and then right under it, it gives you in order how it's going to cover everything. So right here it says contents. A is going to cover religio-historical background. B is going to cover the Greek world and Hellenism. The Greek world and Hellenism. And then 1 is going to cover usage. 2, the significance of onoma and the history of the Greek thought. 3 is going to cover the name of God. 4, the magic papyri. C, the Old Testament. So that's going to be quite an extensive read there. There's one of the words we saw in the Hebrew when we were looking at it. See, look right there. You can see how that looks the same. Right there, it looks the same as that. And that looks like it says Shem, Yod-He, Vav-He, which is Yahweh, the name of God, right? So, God's name. Alright, so, anyways, it's going on. I just thought I'd look up to see if that actually what did mean pseudonym. That's interesting. Let's see. Pseudo-pneumos. So right here, it's showing you that you've come into the new words, because the words is onoma is covered all in that, because it's showing you right up here. Onoma is covering it. all the way until, because it was 4 words, right? So pseudo pneumos. Now we've made it to that. It says attested from Greek. Whoever this is, made up from pseudo and onoma, with the sense bearing a false name. Hey, that's where we get our English word pseudonym. Awesome. See, I learned something new too. I knew pseudo was Greek, and I knew name came, or I don't know if name comes from onoma, but that's interesting because that means name. So pseudo name, false name. Okay, so this is just a quick little lesson, and we covered name. I explained a little bit about the Strong's Concordance, and I explained a little to you how to use the index volume to help you in your studies. And I'll try to make a couple more for you too. Maybe you could follow along, and it will be profitable. So, all right, thanks for watching. Take it easy, David, and thanks for asking me to make a video. All right, bye.